Yeah, so we are about to continue from the previous video where I was discussing what these various symbols mean with regards to this particular question. Now, the first part of the question requires us to calculate for the rated current. Now, as you can see, the formula we're going to use to calculate the rate for rated current is S is equals to root 3 multiplied by the line voltage multiplied by the line current. Now, one thing that's important to understand is that S is actually what is known as the complex power, or the MVA rating, or apparent power. Now, for this particular transformer, we have this, and this as your S value. So the only difference is there's an S value for each given method of cooling. So when you come to calculate your IL, which is actually the rated current they're asking for, you're going to use different values for this. However, the VL refers to the line-to-line voltage here. So as you can see, you have three-phase, 4-wire type of arrangement, and you have your red line, your yellow line, and your blue line, and the VL is actually the voltage between this line and this line, or this line and this line, which is yellow and blue, red and blue, or let's see, red and blue, yellow and blue, and red and yellow. However, the voltage between the line and a neutral is actually referred to as the phase current. So in certain situations, you can have a 230 for your phase voltage and a 400 for your line-to-line voltage. However, in this type of system where you're dealing with a distribution transformer, the voltages are much higher, and this is probably a primary distribution, because if you look at this, this is a very, very high voltage. Now, referring to the question, it asked for the rated current on your primary distribution side. So now, what is your primary distribution side? It is the side that operates at distribution voltage. This side actually operates at transmission voltage, hence this high 138 kilovolts. But on the other side, when you're done with transmission, you actually step it down to distribution. So when they say primary distribution side, they're referring to this side. Yes, there might be a bit of confusion due to the fact that people are used to seeing this is the primary side, this is the secondary side, but this is not primary, secondary. It's not that type of situation. This is primary distribution side. So they're referring to the distribution side of the transformer, which operates at distribution voltages. So this is the value you use for your line voltage or your rated voltage, which is actually here. So basically, you're going to say, make IL the subject of the formula. So you get your S, which is referred to as S rated or MVA, and you get your VL, which is the rated voltage of the transformer. And you divide it by root 3 from this particular formula. Then you're going to calculate for OA, FA, and FOA. So for example, in your OA situation, you're going to say ILOA is equals to S rated OA over root 3 VL, meaning S rated OA is this value 40 MVA divided by VL, which is 13.8. The same 13.8 will be used here for FA and also for FOA. The only thing that will be changing is the rated value for S. So that being said, I'd just like to take a quick look at what else we'll do regarding the other parts of the question. Yeah, so for the first part of the question, we're using this formula. For the next part of the question, we'll be using this particular formula, ZPU new, ZPU old is equals to S base old over S base. So I'll talk about what this means later on, but I just want you to know these formulas and probably keep them in your head, memorize them. Probably a bit of use will help us to understand better what exactly these formulas mean. Then the final formula, of course, will probably ask for I, 3-phase for bolted short circuit, and you have your 1 over your Z PU multiplied by your ILOA. And now I'll explain in a bit what this simply means, so bear with me for now. Just make sure you can keep these in your head, so you can pause the video and probably do a bit of active recall concerning this. Maybe you cover this part up and you ask yourself what's the formula for the rated current, and you say what it is out loud. You cover this part up, what's the formula for ZPU new, and you cover this part up, and just try to memorize these formulas. Once they're in your head, they'll be much easier to work with. So carrying on, we're going to deal with this particular part of the question. So let's look at what we have here. Yeah, so for part 1, I L O A. So we can basically just label this as OA, or you can say for OA I L O A, I sub L sub OA is going to be equal to S rated OA over root 3 VL, which is equal to your MVA rating there is 40 MVA over root 3, and your kV rating is 13.8, so times 13.8 kV. Now take note, when we say 40 MVA, we're saying 40 by 10 to the power 6, that's mega volt amps, over this volt amps, and root 3 multiplied by 13.8, which is basically multiplied by 10 to the power 3 volts. That's your kilo, that's your K, and that's your mega, that's your M. So this will give you